Derrick Shareef claims to be a converted Muslim and that he wanted to wage a jihad, or act of holy war, against civilians. Muslim leaders in the state line say they do not condone his actions.
Whoever this Derrick person is out of his mind, that this is not what the Muslims that we know of in Rockford are about, nor the teachings that they have, etc.
The imam hopes that people don't automatically assume the Muslim community had anything to do with this. Police emphasize that Derrick Shareef acted alone. Scott Richert joins us now. He is the executive editor of American Cultures magazine and an expert on Islam in Rockford. Scott, what exactly does a jihad mean?
Well, there are two definitions, and the one that we're concerned with today is the question of holy war. It is the question, the relationship of Muslims with non-Muslims, and it is the defense of Islam and the expansion of Islam to areas where Islam does not currently exist.
Now, you believe that in a lot of ways this is the atmosphere that is going on at those mosques?
Well, I have written extensively about Islam in America, and I've spent a day at the local Rockford Mosque and the local Rockford Muslim school. And I have to say that going out there, I didn't know what to expect. Coming out of it, I was very surprised when the chairman of the board of directors of the Rockford Islamic School defends and praises Osama bin Laden. Most people are going to find this shocking. When students as young as age 6 sing about jihad, sing rap songs about jihad and being mujahideen, people are going to find this shocking. When in their lending library for the Muslim Association of Greater Rockford, there were, at that time at least, books and videos that have titles such as "Should Salman Rushdie Die?" and the text makes it very clear that yes, he should. Okay. People are going to find this.
But aren't we talking about a select few extremists? I mean, isn't it, aren't we painting it with a broad brush when we say all Muslims are extremists and therefore they want this?
No one's saying that, that all Muslims are extremists. The mosque and the school in Rockford, for instance, have been treated by the local media and by Chicago media as moderate. You've turned to them tonight to get a statement saying that that Derrick Shareef does not represent Islam, except when we were out there, the principal at that time told us that radical Islam was something they did not understand. They believe that there is Islam and not Islam. Those were his words. The chairman of the board of directors, again, told us that Islam is a pendulum that swings to one extreme and then to another, but the truth lies somewhere in between. And as he put it, his words, "You may believe that someone is a terrorist, and I do not."
Right. I mean, that's the Benedict Arnold. One's a hero, one considers a hero, one considers a traitor. But aren't we just then making him out to, making the Muslims out to be evil people? I mean, it sounds like what you're saying is this is what they're teaching. They may be two-faced, basically. You're making it sound like they're two-faced people.
Actually, in this case, the chairman of the board of directors was very blunt and honest with us in his praise for Osama bin Laden. There was nothing two-faced about it. The trouble is that Americans don't want to believe that there are Muslims in the United States who believe these things. And so we continue to talk about Islam in the United States as if it is somehow different from Islam elsewhere and different from Islam historically.
Are you then calling for everyone who's Muslim to be booted from the United States
I'm calling for an immigration policy that actually treats Islam as if Muslims actually believe the things that they are taught. If we did not have a permissive immigration policy that allowed Muslims into the United States, then September 11th wouldn't have happened. All 19 Muslims who were involved in those attacks came here legally.
But isn't this teaching hatred? I mean, basically, we're sounding like we hate the Muslims because
I'm not
we had
teaching
Osama bin Laden and we had the terrorists, and therefore they were bad people. They did this horrible act, and so therefore let's just clean the slate. Let's get rid of them all because that's the best way for us to live in America. Yet we are a melting pot of many different nationalities and cultures. And how can we sit and say, oh, well, that's a bad one, that's a good one, that's a bad one? Because
that's precisely the point. There may be good Muslims and bad Muslims in this sense. How are you going to tell? The best way to protect the United States and to provide for the security of American citizens is not to let any in, because we can't tell. When we have a man who was assistant director of neonatology at Swedish American Hospital, the chairman of the board of this school, praising Osama bin Laden, don't you consider that preaching hate?
Oh, I want to go forever, but I've been just told I can't. Thank you, first off. Appreciate your time. All right, Chief Meteorologist Mark Henderson joins us now. I have to be cut off, and it's driving me nuts. Oh, we don't have another. Still to come on the 23 News Update at 10. There's a new scam alert that everyone needs to know about, so stay with us.